Everybody, what is going on? HexLex here. Got another Elestrals video for you. So I had a comment, this was actually from a few weeks ago, so I am sorry it took me so long to respond, but I had a comment from Sentai System who was actually asking about the sleeves I use and also how I store my physical card collection. I would love to talk about that and show that off. Also, please forgive my horribly chipped nails. I totally should have repainted them before I did this video, but we already started it, so we're just going to go ahead and do it. So I think what I'm going to do first is I'm going to cut to another video that I actually just took before starting this one, where I'll show you kind of like my overall storage system for all of these other boxes that you're about to see here. Then I'll sort of go into each of the boxes, what's in them, and how I store stuff. So let's start with that other video there. Okay, so I think I'm gonna start by showing off just like my main sort of overall card storage. So not just my card storage, but my storage for my storage as well. Basically, all of my Elestrals / physical TCG supplies are in here. So this is a pretty simple plastic 3-tier storage system I got, I think, at like Target. It was like $20. So I tend to go for like reasonably priced and practical stuff. It's nice because you can see down there it is on wheels, which means if I want to like work at like the dining room table where I have some more room to spread out cards, I can just wheel it out there. So it's got 3 different tiers here. Like I said, this top one, this is going to contain the main playmats I use. So normally I use, if I'm not like filming or playing like webcam games, I'll use like just this Jinzo playmat that's unfortunately got a stain on it from nail polish. But so that's kind of like my, nothing special mat. Underneath it is my Clash mat, but I really only pull that out for like filming and stuff. I try to not use it as much as possible just to keep the quality. This is a big spin down D20 that, let me see if I can open this with one hand here. I just twisted the wrong way. So yeah, if you open that, you see I got my dice in there. It's pretty cool. I got that on Etsy like, oh god, I got that like 5 years ago. No, it would have been, no, I think 5-6 years ago, like $10-12 or something. In here is going to be the main bulk of my collection, which I'll show off here shortly. I wish I could remember the name of the brand on this, but I don't off the top of my head. Maybe I can, well, maybe we'll see the logo when I pull it out, but this was relatively cheap. I got this on Amazon. I think it was like $20. It might have even only been like 18 or so. No, wait, this was a little more. It was closer to 30. Either way, it's like $20-30 range, and it's pretty nice for organization, as I'll show off here. So it's kind of hard to close that with only one hand. Hang on, there we go. All right, so now in the second tier, oh, actually that notebook shouldn't be in there. I don't know why that's in there, but second tier is where I have like extra copies of cards. So this is where my binder is. This one was like $15 on Amazon. Don't remember the brand name either, unfortunately. And in there is my extra commons. So we'll pull all that out and I'll show that off on the desk here. Again, let me just close that. There we go. And then on the bottom, the third tier, this is all just like miscellaneous extra stuff. Empty deck boxes. All these deck boxes in here pretty much are empty. Extra dice, got a big bag of those there. This binder is empty. Extra mats down here. These envelopes are for mailing, for trades. These are foam separators for the storage container I got. These are all extra sleeves of varying colors. That's just a random USB-C cable. So that's pretty much where I keep all of that stuff, and let me show off what's in each of these boxes and binders. Alright, so let's start getting into things a little bit here. So first things first, even though I don't actually have anything in these right now, I want to first talk about these real quick. These are some 800 card storage boxes that are cardboard, and if you're looking for some storage, this is a pretty good start. Again, I don't have anything in these right now because I don't need to, you know, I have room in all my other boxes, but I feel like as my collection grows, I'm probably going to end up using these for spirits. So this is actually a pretty good start, like I said. These fit both sleeved and unsleeved cards. They can even fit like smaller, like deck boxes, like pretty small ones, but you can often find these at your local game store. I got these at a nearby local game store for like a couple bucks a pop. I know in that other video when I was going through all of like the bigger storage, I was like, oh, I got this at, you know, big brand, you know, like stores or Amazon or whatever, but I do try to support my LGS whenever possible. My current game store just didn't have like a more like a non-cardboard storage system. That's why I kind of went to Amazon for that. Same with the binders; they had more like 4 pockets, and I wanted the 9 pockets. So there's those. Let me go ahead and open the first tier, and I'll show you the main bit here. Mlikero, Mlikero is the name of this box. It's rather odd, but it does the job quite well. So this is what sorry, the camera's shaking a little bit there. This is what I keep pretty much the whole collection in. It opens this way, so let me turn that over. And as you can see in here, it's got 3 nice rows of storage. I have unsleeved cards here. And then I fit these deck boxes in here. So these dividers, it's kind of hard to tell from this angle, but I'll pull some of them up here. So this one is for spirits. I really like having these plastic dividers. In the past I used index cards. I still use them in like some of my other storage, but for my main storage I really do prefer the durability of these plastic ones. The index cards, like, yeah, you can write on the top and cut them to whatever size you need, but they do you know, sort of like bend and just crumble over time. For the label, it's actually exceedingly simple. I literally just use sticky notes, regular sticky notes. But what I'll do is I'll tear one off, right, and then only the sticky part here, I'll kind of like tear that, and then I mean, I usually do make an effort to do it cleaner, but then yeah, just stick that on there and you got a label. I don't really like using like a more formal label maker. Actually, I mean that seemed a little rudimentary, but I don't know. I guess for these plastic dividers, I might do that. But for the deck boxes in particular, you know, I'm going to be changing what's in these decks a lot. So this also ends up being a nice little preview of some of the next deck profiles I'm going to be working on, but. You know, I changed what's in these quite a bit, so I actually don't want to, because I did think about like even doing something as simple as like throwing down a layer of invisible tape over these, but again, for the deck boxes, I don't want to leave any like residue on there. That's also honestly kind of true for the plastic dividers too. Like, yeah, this one's like starting to peel off a little bit, but like I can just, you know, make a new one. It's not that big of a deal. So these are spirits. These are not all of the spirits I own, but I pulled out basically all of the ones of each spirit type of my favorite arts. So this short pile down here is for Omni runes. I have these separated. Also, all of these stacks are in alphabetical, and they're sorted by spirit and then alphabetized within that spirit. And the spirits are also alphabetized. So like for spirits, for example, I have all my earths and all my fires, then I can even show you, like, yeah, all my earths, then all of the fires, then the frost, lunar, so on and so forth. Omni runes, so those are all alphabetized because they're not different types. I'm keeping those separated because obviously they're used for a lot of different decks. I don't like sorting through, like, everything else is actually sorted by rarity type, so these are going to be like commons, right? But the Omni runes, like I said, I like having separated because they're just more generally useful. Ideally, I would have them on this side with foils, which are sleeved, and then rares, and then uncommons, but there's just not enough room on this side to fit all of that, so. Also, obviously, this layout's probably going to change once Moonrise comes out, and there's going to be different amounts of each of these cards. So yeah, commons, like I said, are up here. And I have those sorted by the same way spirits are. So it's like earths, and then like fire, and then Frost, and then, yeah, so on and so forth. Well, Lunar's in there too. There's just not any really that many Lunar commons, but you get the picture here. Solar's up there too. Anyway, so yeah, I have those all sorted by spirit type and then alphabetized within that spirit type. Oh, I didn't mention it before either, but like between what's in these decks and on the sides here, this is also 3 of literally every single card in the game. Not every rarity of every card, but this is 3 of at least the lowest rarity of every card in the game. So like, if I ever need to build a deck, I just, boom, I pull this one box out and then we're good to go. So it's like very nice in that regard. But yeah, so I keep at least 3 of everything, but there are some exceptions. Let me actually just pull out this pile here. The Earth stack, and I can show you. So for like Barabib, I got 3 copies of that. I got 3 copies of Bloom, 3 copies of Voltuga, 3 copies of Clovey, Cyanectar, Sideprong. I even keep 3 copies of banned cards, you know, or if a card is like limited, I still keep 3 copies of it to my collection. There's only 2 full. Oh no, there's a 3rd one. Okay, but there are some cards like. So for Mudlet, you can see I actually have far more than 3 of those. I have, I think every single copy of Mudlet I own is here, if it's not in one of these decks. There are some cards where I will keep more than 3 copies of if I think that I'm going to potentially use it in more than one deck, or if I think it's just a really, really good card in general. Another good example of that, I actually pulled right to it, is Eddie. I'll show off my box with my excess commons in a little bit, but like, yeah, stuff like Eddie, Mudlet, just stuff that's good in general, I keep every copy in here, not just the 3, right? So moving on to this side, these are foils, as you can see here, and these I do all keep sleeved. So let me just pick up like the beginning of this stack here, right? So yeah, foils are all sleeved in here. So if I have a playset of offset rarities, but at least one of them is foil, I keep the whole playset in here, even though these 2, or actually this one isn't foil, these 2 are. But I think actually, after I do my current round of trades, I think I solved that problem for like all my off-rarity stuff. I also keep Divine's sleeves. I don't know, because like technically, even if they're not like a foil playset, it just kind of feels like they should be among these cards. I don't know, for some reason. Anyway. But these are all alphabetized. As you can see, they're also sorted by spirit type. The foils I keep sleeved, that way they don't get damaged. For my sleeve, I don't really use anything fancy. Sleeve of choice, I just use Dragon Shields. They are nice and affordable, decent quality for the price. There are definitely better sleeves you could use out there, but I also haven't played physical TCGs in quite some time, so I need to like start exploring brands and stuff. Have a random rulebook here. It's nice to have one. I mean, obviously I have more than just this one, but it's nice to have a random one handy in case you need to pull it out. I've definitely done that multiple times. So these are rares. These are going to be non-foil. So as you can see here, let's pull out the start of this stack. Again, generally 3 copies of everything. For rares, I just I only keep 3 copies of each card, and then excess rares, even if they're not foil, I keep in my binder, which I'll also show that off to you. And then finally, these are just uncommons, which again are similarly sorted. So there is that one. Put that on top of the plastic storage and grab. Let's do the binder next. Let me show off some of my fancy stuff. So here's the binder. It's very nice. Love the texture on it. Zip it here. It's a 9 pocket, and here is my front page. I don't necessarily go by like value 100%. Like these stained glasses aren't like, they look really pretty, that's why they're on the front page, but they're not necessarily worth more than like this Corvuscline is probably worth the most here. But got some more forwards here, the Arawat, a couple of box toppers. Ideally the Ferrogeist would be on the next page with other full art promos. And I have the Glacier down here, but I also like, I'm very particular about the layout. I don't necessarily always keep, like if I have the 2 of, I like keeping it, I like flanking a card in the middle as opposed to like keeping them together. So I don't know, just how I like to sort stuff here. But so like I said, that's going to be the full art promos. That's going to be full arts in general. This is like good stuff, the page for foils. We got some liths, we got more liths. Hop on Elestrals, we got them on station. These are some stellar promos. These are more promos, except for down here are just like foils of base set stuff. Got Flam Moth in each corner. So this is like an example of like a page where like I have multiple copies of each card per page, but I don't necessarily like stick them all together. I like to put them in a fun little layout. So I have like the 4 Flam Moth on each corner, 2 Lost by IV, 2 Bronze Twist, and the Phosphosil in the middle. This full art circle in the sky ideally would be over here, but I just didn't really have room for the layout there, unfortunately. But I have enough Argos. Oh yeah, I was like, I actually might pull this Altar of Stars out, even though it's like foil, it's off rarity. Because I was wondering the other day, I was like, I think I have two, because I had 2 different decks that were using 2 Altar of Stars, and I was like, don't I have a 4th? And I forgot it was the foil one, so it's in there. So I might actually end up pulling that out and keeping it. A lot of staples I'm trying to keep more than just a playset of, and Altar is definitely one of them. Stuff like Gorgon's Gazes and PTs, God, I'm trying to get like many copies of those, and they're probably going to be a bit difficult to find. Yeah, here I do have 3 Ash Rabbit, I almost said Ash Rabbit next to each other, but something that looks nice. Same with the Broomalings here, the 5 and the 4 spread. Yeah, just more, again, rares, even if they're not foil, I do still like keeping them in here. You can see I ran out of white sleeves, and you're going to see me switch over to pink at a certain point. Yeah, you see those Racer Ridges are in pink, as well as this Panda Scene here, but some more rares, non-foil. Here we go, so that's the end of rares, and then this page starts alt arts. So, I already have a playset of Drakid and Drakking in my collection, same with like all of these that are technically not out yet, but these are like the Moonrise preview cards, and then there's like, again, more alt art stuff. This is all alt arts actually from this point forward. And that's the binder right there. Yeah, sorry, I shook the table there. And the last round of excess cards I have to show off would be commons. So this was my initial overall common storage, like even like my 3 playsets I put in here. That's why I have like my Elestral stickers on here. But after I end up getting the sturdier box, I kind of moved this to being just excess stuff. So these are like the index cards that I would use before. I had like the dividers, right? So if I keep moving stuff to the side, by the way, it's the way my camera mount is. Like I can't see in the middle here, but I can see if I put it here or here. So if you wonder why I keep doing that, that's why. But I won't necessarily show it off because I'm using it here, but I will also tell you that I got this ring light and the mount that I'm using here. This is actually my phone that I use for my camera. I'll be honest with you, I don't even have that fancy of a phone. It's an older Samsung Galaxy, but yeah, this ring light and mount system was like $25 on Amazon. So like having a webcam setup is like pretty easy and affordable, honestly. A lot more so than I initially thought it was going to be. But yeah, like as you can see, I got the index cards here. And these are all excess copies. These are actually uncommons over here, and I'm looking at them. These ones are wedged pretty tightly in here. Like, you know, these commons, right? I can generally like move and pick up pretty freely, but like these uncommons, yeah, they definitely. Again, I'm shaking the camera. They don't really want to come out nearly as easily. So at some point, I think I'm going to end up moving the uncommons, but that's the thing, I have so many of them. I think this is actually more than 800 storage, because I think I tried to use that. But this is all extra stuff anyway, so I'm not like super concerned about it. But of course, as the more cards come out and the collection grows, we'll have to figure that out, because I do plan on maintaining this collection. I've already got my Moonrise pre-order in, so ideally, once I open all that product, it'll be a minimal amount of trades, if any, needed to have 3 of every Moonrise card, and then yeah, we'll keep going from there. So, hope you all enjoyed this video. Just again, me just kind of showing off what how I keep my cards and what my collection is like. So, Thanks as always for watching, but this is going to be the end. I don't know why I'm hesitating, it is. So, this is Hexlex, I'm signing out, and also hoping that you have a fantastic day.